last thing is headed your way. So anyway, I got a few different things I want to go over with you. And obviously the focus is, finishing out the month. We got tonight, tomorrow, and the month's over. But, one thing I want to talk a little bit about, and you guys more than anybody know, that we've been kind of hitting it hard for a month now. Okay, since Global, and our plan going into Global in San Antonio was that the people that were in San Antonio would kind of light on fire. They get really, really, really excited and be ready to take advantage of that when they went home to whatever respective city that was. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, and you see us. We're in Chicago 2 weeks ago. We were in Hilton Head. We're in New Jersey. We're I don't even remember all the different places sometimes, but to show you what can happen. And I really, again, want to focus tonight on the value of inviting people to events. Okay. And Zoom is a live event, and an in-person event is a live event. They're both live. Okay. It's one's on a screen and one's, in person, but they're live. And when you take it seriously and you treat it, and I'm not saying anybody's not serious about their business, but there's a different level of seriousness. Okay. And when you take a live event as if it might be the last one that you ever get to invite to, you treat it differently than when you look at it, well, this happens every week. Or even if I don't invite to it, there's a recording, or, there'll be another one. And the one thing that April and I learned, and this is, the person that mentored us in our first company, was to treat every business as if it were, every meeting as if it were the last one that you were ever going to be able to invite someone to. And he added to that. He also said, treat it like the last one that's ever going to happen, and treat it like it not only is it the last one that's going to happen, but whatever happens at that meeting, that's all you're going to get. Okay, that's it. Okay, you got to treat it as if it's the last one, and whatever happens there is all you're going to get. And I got to tell you, I don't know that there's a lesson or a habit that was more important to develop than that one. Man, that led us into the mentality, and let me tell you how that can snowball. That led us into the mentality that not only were we personally never going to miss a live event, but if we were going to have to be at another live event, okay, then somebody new was going to be sitting there watching it with us, so we could at least see that event through their eyes. And watching an event through a new person's eyes is totally different than you seeing what you believe is the same event for the 100th time. Okay, it's two totally different things. So going into Global, April and I said, okay, we're going all out from now to the end of the year. Okay, and Global will shoot lighter fluid on people that are ready to do some business, and we'll take it from there. So we had a Zoom with our Chicago team, and we said, okay, here's the deal. We're coming 3 times. Okay, between now and the end of the year. We're going to see you a week after Global. We're going to see you 3 weeks after that, and we're going to see you 4 weeks after that. And we laid the dates out. And sometimes you got to put the meeting in motion and then make people perform at the meeting. Okay, there's so many different ways to motivate in this business, but I want to share with you. And Chicago's been doing a good job, and we're very fortunate to have a lot of good people there, and a lot of them are on the call right now. But we went there 2 weeks ago tonight. Okay, And so far, since we went home actually it was the next Wednesday, we did 2 meetings out there. So far, 21 new people have enrolled since we were at that meeting. So let me add 21, and half of them are consultants. It's 50-50. It's not like 21 new customers, and I love customers. That's not a knock, okay? Customers are awesome, but it's 50-50, okay? People have enrolled from both nights, okay? There's 3 different legs of business out there that are all under us that we work with, and they have all done business. But let me ask you a question. If you went out and did a meeting and 21 people enrolled, would you go back and do another one? Like, why not, right? Well, why? Well, everyone that was there got results, okay? And there's 10 or 11 new consultants that can now invite people to the meeting next Monday when we go again. Okay, that is how you build momentum. That is how you create urgency. And that's how you create good habits, okay, new habits, okay, that you get people doing the right thing, okay? And then we're going back 4 weeks later on December 4th. So let me fast forward now. So we get back, and a couple days later, we're going to Hilton Head. Okay. Now we haven't, and Wilhelmina Fry's up there. We love her. She's like family, but we hadn't been up there since before COVID. And Hilton Head's a really cool place, not a bad place to hang out. Trust me, if you've never done it, you may want to consider it. Okay. It's a really nice place to hang out. And we hadn't been there in probably close to 4 years. Okay. It's all been Zoom or telephone. So you never know exactly what to expect, but 2 days after doing the meeting, there's 5 new enrollments there. Okay. And 4 of them are consultants. So they're new consultants. So let me ask you something. First time back, 2 days later, there's 5 new people. Do you go back? Absolutely. Okay. We already put it back on the calendar. We're going there next week again. Okay. April's going to be in Myrtle Beach with Joanne and Diana and Marge, a team up there. Okay. So what I'm sharing with you is this. You got to do whatever you got to do to get yourself on a roll. And if you're brand new, you got to be using the meetings that are being set up for you, even if it's online. Okay. If you're not ready to do a meeting, in your home, but, to me, we make meetings harder than they need to be. Do you want to know how simple you could do a meeting? Let's say you're brand new, you signed up yesterday. Okay. You invite everybody you want over to your house. Okay. Invite 30 or 40 people so 15 or so will show up. Okay. Invite them over, put some wine and cheese out. If you don't drink, put coffee and cake out, whatever, okay? And just tell them what you're excited about. Say, you came to mind. I found something I'm extremely excited about. I've always thought the world of you. We've talked about everything over the years that we've known each other. And I feel this is something that you would want to know about. So I'm telling you why I'm excited. I got involved because of XYZ, and I figured based on some of the things you and I've talked about over the years, you may want to take a look at it. It could be the answer to some of the things we've discussed. You don't need to go into some fancy slide presentation. You don't need to go into Zoom. You don't need to do any of that. Put your products on the table, say, here, taste this collagen. You're not going to believe how great it looks. Just after a couple of weeks of using it, this is what it's doing. Okay. Put the products out, let them sample them, let them see, feel, and touch it. And just say, can you imagine? You can earn up to $50 when people reorder this collagen. You can order anywhere from 22 or earn anywhere from $22 to $28. I'm sorry, $22 to $50 when somebody reorders it. You just give a little tidbit on it, but what is going to get them involved is the fact that you made a decision, they know and trust you, okay, and you told them why you did it, and they're going to think about why they should do it and join you. So you don't need to wait to put people in a room. You already know the people from church, school, work, or they're in your phone. Okay, you already know them. Okay, so we need to start working with that urgency, folks. Okay, we need to get and no, I don't mean this in a negative way, but we need to get the lackadaisical, laziness, procrastination out of our brains. Okay, we need to do like a lobotomy. Okay, and just get the stinking thinking out and work at a pace that's more fun, more exciting. Don't think about it, just do it. Okay, see, there's nothing that you and I can do that could hurt anybody. Okay, all we can do is help somebody, or they can refuse to be helped. There's no bad in it from our point. Okay, that's all we can do. We can help if they're willing to be helped, but no harm done. Okay, and so we got to stop thinking who will and who won't, and just share why we're excited about what we got. You know, we're in New Jersey, and I'll be honest with you, with all the traveling we're doing, and then the company wants us to go up to New Jersey right in the middle of all of it. Okay, on Sunday, I am a football fan, and they're sending me to New Jersey, and the Jets and Giants are playing each other, and we're a half hour from the game, and I got to do a meeting instead of go to the game. I mean, give me a break, okay? That's not ideal for Bobby, okay? But you know what? That meeting was so good. Those hosts were so good that April and I were going back, and we did this in one day. It was a 20-hour day. Okay, we left early in the morning, got home late at night, and it is not ideal, you know, on a Sunday to travel to Orlando. There were a lot of screaming babies and kids and all kinds of stuff, you know, on the plane. But that meeting gave us so much juice. You know, it was kind of nice to be back in the Northeast and be a Northeasterner again after being away for 20 years. You know, they talk fast like we do. You know, they talk funny like we do. They have I had Ashlyn tell me today, we were working on some stuff actually for some of the Chicago folks. And she says, you know, you've been gone for 20 years, but you still sound like you're from there. And I said, that's the beauty of growing up there. You just never lose it. And if you go back once, you regress 20 years. You go back to where you are. It doesn't even lighten up after a while. So I'm sharing that with you folks because one of the things that we've always believed was really important in this business is you should never ask anyone to do a behavior that you're not personally doing. Okay. And we have lit the match. We've lit things on fire on purpose. You know, we're trying to see if we can get enough cities burning that we can't handle it. Try and make it so that we can't handle it. Okay. You can't do it. Okay. You just can't do it because we'll do it every day if we have to do it. Okay. We are having a good time. We're having fun. We're excited, but don't let a formal meeting stop you from doing what you got to do. The minute you enroll, the minute your product arrives at your house, invite everybody over to see it, try it, and tell them what you're excited about. And when they start asking questions you don't know the answer to, just call your upline for a 3-way call, a Zoom, get them on the speakerphone, whatever, and just do that. I'm telling you, if you will find you've heard me use the analogy of we're all magnets and we have a choice with a magnet. We're either pushing everybody away because that's the side of the magnet we're pointing at people, or we're drawing everybody to us. And if you're not drawing everybody to you, if they're not asking you what you're doing, what you're on, what you're up to, why are you so excited? How come you went here? Why are you going there? If they're not hitting you with that kind of stuff, turn the magnet around. Okay, give yourself a lobotomy. Get rid of the stinking thinking. And I'm telling you, we all can flip that magnet by snapping our fingers. It's that easy to do. All you do is turn the magnet around and now they're drawing to you. Okay, you want them to go away, turn it back the other way. Okay, and you push them all away. It's so we're having fun right now. We can't wait. We're going to be doing something here in the Southeast for the virtual meeting that's coming up in January. That it's I guess a quarterly virtual thing to launch the new year. Corporate is doing, and we figured out. Brandon Cunningham called the other day and he said, would you guys do it with us? And I said, absolutely. And he said, I'm thinking either North Florida or maybe South Georgia or somewhere in that area. And he says, it works out great. We can do live and virtual. And I said, what do you mean? He says, well, they're going to do the virtual at, I think it's 10 in the morning Mountain time. So on the East Coast, it's 12 noon. He said, so we can invite everybody on the East Coast, Midway, anybody that wants to come in. We're setting the room up for 300 to 500 people, the hotel. And he said, we can have everybody come in. We can do live training from 9 to 12. Then we can turn the virtual on. The company can do whatever. And then when they're done, we can either get together with our teams or go out and play and have fun like we did in San Antonio. And he said, are you in? I said, absolutely, we're in. I said, that's a great idea. I love the way the time plays out. Okay. But we need to get, how the company says, are you all in? And they're calling their tour the all in tour. Okay. We need to all be all in. For my Chicago friends that are on here, okay, not only do we expect to see you on Monday, we expect to see you freaking excited, smiling, laughing with a bunch of guests in the room so we can help you close your guests so they could bring a whole bunch of guests when we come back 3 or 4 weeks later. Okay, the room's set up for 50 now. We're hoping that only lasts for one meeting. Okay, and then we got to get it seating 100. Okay, that's the mentality that April and I had when we started all by ourselves in New York. And we want you to adopt that. Okay, it's more fun. And you don't need to know anything. See, I like being dumb in this business. I love it. When people think you're excited and dumb, they don't ask you any questions. Okay. They don't think you have any answers. Okay. I just say, look, I know how to make a lot of money in this business and I can show you how to do it. If you got technical questions, ask April. Or there's a whole bunch of doctors over there in the corner. They would love to let you know how much they know. Go ask them. Okay, now that doesn't mean I don't know stuff about the products. I just want people to understand that you don't need a fancy education to be good in this business. You just need to be a little likable and a little fun and be excited and let people know it's okay to not be okay all the time. That's all it takes to do this business. And we're back in that mode. And I'm telling you, I'm fired up about it. If you can't tell, then you need a drink. Okay, because I am really fired up and I can't wait for Hilton Head. I can't wait for Chicago on Monday. I can't wait to go back to, April's going to Myrtle Beach. I can't wait to do all of this. And we're having fun and the enrollments are showing. Do you know our team in the last 2 months went from enrolling 12 or 13 customers to every one consultant to now we're at 6 to 1. Okay, we're at 6 customers to 1 consultant. And you know what the deal is when more consultants are coming in? That means more consultants are getting customers. We got more people fishing in the pond. Okay, so that is the key, is we always want to have a ton of customers, but we want that ratio of consultants to customers to get more in the range of 3 or 4 to 1. Okay, that's kind of what we're looking at. So April, I'm going to give it to you. I'm excited out of my mind.
We have been busy. There's so many people going in the computer and stuff. It's getting a little confusing. Do make sure that, to your teams that they do have that welcome page that tells them what websites to go to, how to get there, how to get paid. It's just one sheet. It's not a lot of work, but it really is the basis of our company. If you make sure that they see the testimonies, get the training and get paid, that HyperWallet seems to be the email comes through and a lot of people miss it. And I know we spent a lot of time following up, making sure people, because it is so important that they get paid as well, especially as we go into these times. You know, I love that.
April, tell them what happens. They don't get anything until they do an order.
Yeah, yeah,
And
you
then
have,
that following Friday, that hyper, well, let them know what to
yeah,
expect.
you know, our pay period is from Sunday to Sunday. So the following Friday, you should get an email, and that email is only after you've had a customer or you've had a consultant sign up. So there's a little bit of a lag there, but so important that they see that hyper wallet link. If it's been a while since you signed up, you may forget about it. But one of the best things you can do as you sign new people up is make sure they're getting paid, make sure they're seeing that money. You know, that's so important. But you know, I want to challenge you through November, and this is something I was thinking about for myself, and I was thinking how to make this bigger than it is, and we just don't have the time to do it. But I want to challenge you to 2 a day through November. Do 2 reach out, send 2 videos, texting. You know, it is so much easier than we had it before. You know, before we used to have to go meet them somewhere, probably buy them dinner, you know, wine and dine them a little bit, spend more time with them, at least pick up the phone and ask and talk to them. But now, I mean, you could literally just send a text. I've got a video I think you might want to see. Would you be open to taking a look at it? You know, and if they say no, big deal. No, so what? There's no foul in that. Just because somebody on a text said no to you, they didn't even know what you were asking and they said no. So they're kind of looking pretty stupid at that point themselves, but you know, we won't even go there. But you know, challenge yourself as we go through November, 2 a day. It's not a lot, doesn't take a lot of time. You know, you can just play random with your phone, scroll, hit the name and say, all right, that's the person that's getting a text today. And just, you know, get some stuff out. Could be people that you approached before going forward. But things are so exciting. And what I love about going to these different areas is they're all great meetings. Bobby and I ourselves never do the same meeting twice because there's always stuff going on. I mean, it's just like we don't know who's.
Well, April, you get your material for
Yeah.
the meeting by talking to the people in the room.
Yes.
And that'll steer you a little bit in how you explain something because you were getting the stories from the locals. And that's why they're never exactly the same. It's like, go ahead, April. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, you know, I try to go around before the meeting and talk to as many people as possible. And I probably should have texted beforehand, but Fred, we met Carol from your group. Lovely, lovely lady. We loved her. Had an amazing product testimony. Carol, are you on? Do you want to say something? Are you like in your pajamas? I don't want to call on somebody that's not dressed or something, but you know, if you are, just poke on the screen or just unmute or whatever. But you know, it's so great meeting the people that we see on some of these squares. And I didn't know, I just happened to go up and, you know, we started chit-chatting and realized, you know, where she's from. But all these meetings on the Big Blue Calendar, again, bigbluecalendar.com, go there and see who you know, where you know, and that there's a meeting going on. We can set you up with somebody in that meeting. I promise you that's a good person that will look out for your guests, be happy to meet your guest. Are you there, Carol?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm not on the screen because I am in my pajamas.
I figured, yeah, that's okay. I probably would be too if I didn't have to do this now. but tell the testimony of your daughter. I thought that was so cool, and I love hearing these testimonies and stuff. And we loved meeting you. It was so great getting to spend a little time with you.
It was great meeting both of you, and I was super excited to be up there, and it was just so inspiring to be in a live meeting again, which was awesome. But yeah, my daughter is 25 years old. She, as our whole family had COVID, had lost hair because of COVID, and she was kind of really upset, and we couldn't figure out how to get that to grow back. She's on all the products, and collagen came along, and I started taking it, and I thought, you know, why not? So she started taking it, and it's just amazing how much her hair has grown back. The only thing I wish I would remembered was to take a picture, because I did not take a picture prior, but her hair is just growing like gangbusters, and she's so happy. And I told her, I said, you're 25 and you'll look 25 when you're 65 because you're on all of these products. But it's really wonderful, and she looks great right now. So we're really happy.
That's awesome. So she's activated. So we love that, you know.
Yep.
What's the downside to that? You think about helping people in this business, and that's simply what we're doing. We're just sharing something that may help them. We're not making any medical claims or something, but we have something that there's not a downside, there's an upside. And when you think about what's going on in the world, that was a fun meeting Sunday afternoon. That was a good place to be. Everybody was in a very positive mindset instead of maybe the news or out with some down people or whatever. You know, you think about the health benefits that we get, the income going into this recession, you know, how it hits people differently. May not be you personally, but it may be a family member that you have to help out, you know. So 2 a day. I really think that through November, it's an ideal month for business. It's starting to get cold. People aren't going anywhere. They're not doing anything. You know, we got all the way to Thanksgiving, and then they're going to be talking about all the weight they gained, so we can help them there. But, you know, it's an easy thing for us to do, is just 2 a day, and it makes such a big difference. And I believe that's why you see some people are, you know, bigger sponsors of customers and consultants, because they do a little bit every day. This is not a business where you sit down and you know, you're going to be spending 8 hours recruiting. It's those little things every day. And so I got to tell you, she's not on right now, Kim, but Kim has had me on the phone all day. And you know, she has had customer after consultant in her downline just signing up, and these people don't even know their numbers, where the website is. I mean, it's just crazy what's going on. But every once in a while, you just get into a pocket of people, and they're all in Texas. They're not even in Chicago where she lives, but she got one hot wire because she kept being persistent, and it's just like one after the other, and they don't know me. And I was telling Bobby, I have to seriously delete a lot of my phone tonight, because I've got more social security numbers and credit card numbers and everything else from helping them out all day, that it's probably a hazard at this point. But that's a good thing. We all wish for that to happen. But again, it's not the first people that you generally know. Kim is on our, Kenneth, she's on our 3rd level. So, you know, she's not like smack up against us. But how many times have I said that? That 3rd level is powerful. You have to hang out with some people to get some things happening, and then things just seem to mushroom. But, you know, it's that follow-up and reaching out and just talking to everyone. But again, we got to make sure that our people know, you know, where this training is on Sunday nights, so that they can, you know, connect with everyone in all the different areas. Maybe they have guests that they can send to Chicago. Maybe they have guests they can send to Myrtle Beach, you know, just hearing all these different areas. But it's a real exciting time. If you're not moving forward at this time, something's wrong. You really need to think you're either not talking to people or something's going wrong, because it's been busy. It has been really busy. More people coming in than we can keep track of, which is a good thing. You know, we're loving that. We don't mind, you know, working. We enjoy it. We love going out, meeting those people. I don't mind. I would do 20-hour days 3-4 times a week. It doesn't matter. I enjoy going out, meeting those people. And it was a blast. And I was just thankful that, you know, the company sent us up there, because then we get to peek into what somebody else is doing. And that's why I always enjoy going. Wanted to see how Jill was building her business. She's a triple diamond consultant.
Quadruple.
I thought she was triple, but okay, quadruple. So 4 times the 4,000.
So she's between 16 and 20,000 points a month personally.
Okay. So is that worth spending a little bit of time with? I mean, company paid for our tickets. I want to go, you know, pick her brain and see what's going on. And so she got me motivated. Catalina gets me motivated. I see the numbers she puts in, the numbers Kenneth put in, and I'm like, all right, what am I doing wrong again? So, and then I go see Jill, and I'm like, now I'm even more motivated. I mean, I worked all day. Bobby could attest. I'm like, I'm not even leaving my computer or my phone. I've just got the 3 of them going, and it's an exciting time. There's a lot of good results coming out of these products all over the place. And, you know, you just got to get out there and start talking to people, and they want this stuff. People want to be, that's all you see on Facebook and Instagram is, you know, not to eat Hellmann's mayonnaise, not to bash Hellmann's mayonnaise, but, you know, bioengineered this. And we start looking at our foods and we're like, oh my goodness, we have to counteract what we're eating these days, because it's really, really bad out there. And people want to know about this, and you've got a lot of power in your hands. You just got to go out and share it. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it, Bobby.
You know, I'm going to open it up, you know, in a minute, but I want everyone thinking about 2 things. Okay. Now I spoke about the value of the meetings. If you want to see where meetings are, On here, we talk about the ones we're involved with or our team is involved with, but just go to the Big Blue Calendar. Okay, and it's on the hub. So you can go hub.lifevantage.com, go to the Big Blue Calendar. You can see everything that's there. But we're going to be sharing some regular things with you moving forward. Like I said, we've lit our own hair on fire, and we're going to try and see if we can get 5 more cities going on top of the 5 we already got going, and just be in a different city every day or every other day. I mean, that to me, that's super exciting. But here's 2 things I want you to keep in mind. Don't ever let a meeting happen that's within a couple hours of where you live. Don't ever miss attending and bringing guests with you. Okay. Find that mindset that is the priority. Okay. When you find out there's a meeting within a couple hours, that everything else goes back burner and you are bringing people to that meeting. Okay. And so to my Chicago friends that are on, I expect you to have a lot of people in that room that we have never met. Okay. And the ones that we did meet that have already joined, okay, be there with people we've never met. Okay. That's what we expect. And when you set expectations like that, you get behavior like that. Okay. And we did the same thing at Hilton Head. April's going to do the same thing in Myrtle Beach when she's there in a couple days. And we're just going to keep doing it. Now, there's 2 big things coming up. Okay. You got, and again, whatever the company's got going on, obviously you got tons of stuff to plug in there, but we know January's virtual event is going to be big. I'm already letting you know, we don't have a hotel yet because Brandon just called the other day about this. Okay. But there will be a hotel somewhere in North Florida or South Georgia where we do a virtual event where people can come in Friday night, spend all day Saturday doing a virtual and a live in person, and then either stay Saturday night for fun or go home, whatever it might be. But it is not too early to be planning to be in Nashville. Okay, duplicate what we do. Okay, we had 48 people in Nashville. At least half of those people got lit on fire, and those are the towns we're working right now. Okay. So you want to have a bunch of people in that. Yeah, you're saying, Bobby, it's 5 months away. I know. And it's easier to drive to for a lot of people too, because it's more in the middle of the country and a lot of people can get to it within 5 or 6 hours by car. So there's going to be the temptation to not commit, maybe because you don't have to buy plane tickets because you can get in the car, but at least buy your tickets. Get the cheap ticket for attending, maybe buy a couple other tickets for people that you haven't met yet that are going to be sitting next to you at the event. But we have a goal to have 150 at that. We want to go from 50 to 150. And I told Skylar that the other day. He said, well, we're setting up for 2,000. I said, you need your brain analyzed. I said, you had 2,000 in San Antonio. He said, yeah, but it was global. I said, so you had a couple hundred people from out of the country there. You need your head examined. Okay. We should be looking to double up in Nashville from San Antonio, at least go from 2,000 to 3,000. He says, well, what makes you say that? I said, we're planning on going from 50 to 150. So why don't you call the other leaders and see what they have on their minds? Okay. And here we are telling corporate, you need to plan bigger. Okay. You're not going to have enough room. And we're telling you 5 months from now is a long time. You should be planning on having 5, 10, 15, 20 people there, even if you were by yourself in San Antonio. Okay. You speak these things into existence. Okay. That's how they become real. So I'm telling you, we're going back old school, folks. Okay, for at least a little while anyway. Okay, we're going old school, and we're gonna challenge you to keep up with us. Okay, we're gonna challenge you to match the energy. We're gonna challenge you to match the activity. Okay, and I hope you're all in for it because we're excited about it, and we're hoping we can get you excited about it too. I just got off a call Dr. Donna Gordon was in the Airbnb with us, and she had another Donna with her that was there, but she just got me on the phone with a guy in Brooklyn. I know I talk funny, I get it, okay, but when you talk to a Brooklyn person, that's even funnier than me, okay? And when you add that the person in Brooklyn living there is from Trinidad, and you add that accent to the Brooklyn thing, it could be a little challenging, understand, and he speaks fast. Okay, so it could be very challenging to figure all of that out at one time. It's okay, it's Brooklynese, it's Trinidad, he talks fast, okay, and I've never met him before. So, but anyway, he's signing up. We communicated for 20 minutes, we bonded, and he's signing up. That's what happens, folks, when you start to get eyes on the screen or fannies in the seats. I absolutely expected him to enroll. I told Donna, I said, we're getting him in tonight. He's doing an elite pack and we're not giving him any other options. And she says, he's all yours, have at it. Okay, and that's where, but she'd already prepped him. She'd already showed him videos. She already put her credibility on it. She just wanted me to paint a picture with some numbers. Okay, so are you guys all in? I want to see nods. Yes, all in. Okay. So if you would like to contribute a comment or a thought or something exciting, this is not the time for whining and complaining. You can text me privately for that. Okay. I want excited stuff of what you're excited about. Catalina, you got a smile on your face about the size of the screen. So why don't you start? I'm going to call you out because you have a big, beautiful smile on your face. I know why. Okay, but why don't you tell everyone what you're excited about? Unmute yourself.
Well, okay, I'm good. Yeah.
You're good.
Well, I'm very proud of my team, definitely, because they
You
worked
should
so
be.
hard. And yeah, I'm very proud of them. I'm very happy for them. Because they're gonna, really get the feel for this very fast, which is success love speed. I don't care what anybody says, but it's true. And I say that, what I learned, like that, say like do it now. It's starting to come up very often in my, speaking to everybody. So do it now. Do it now, and let's have the best Christmas ever.
Yep.
So we're gonna
Nothing like
to see you
having
guys
a
next
big
next.
business that leads to a big Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're excited, Catalina. You
Yeah.
got good stuff going on, and we've been working with your team. You know that. So we're proud of all of it out there. Who else? Speak up.
I have to tell something about Catalina. Till yesterday, she had a certain amount, and I told her, Catalina, this month you are going to be at this position. Overnight, I see 1,000 points going up. She did it. I mean, she's almost nearing that. So that's a big feat. She did it in one day. 1,000 points.
It gets, when you start to get a team that wants to build a business, you can really start to set goals. Okay. In the beginning, the goals got to be self-inflicted. Okay. In other words, they're your goals. But it gets really exciting when you get a team that starts working on their goals and it's part of your team. Okay. That gets very exciting. Ira? I saw it looked like you wanted to say something. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I'm here, Bob. I wanted to welcome Jeremy Bastard, new consultant under Katerina Phillips.
Welcome, Jeremy.
Welcome.
Jeremy, wave. Just wave real quick. Yeah, there's Jeremy. Okay.
Hey, buddy.
New to the family, and he dove in right away. Said, "Send me as much information as you can." He actually asked me to review an article that he brought up for me to look at about Nerf 2. So. I'm very excited to have Jeremy as part of the team, and I'm so glad that he's on tonight, and hopefully see him on Monday in Oak Brook.
Awesome. Look forward to meeting you in person,
Yes.
Jeremy. Welcome. Who else? Don't be shy, folks. I know you all personally. There ain't a shy person on the screen. You just guys just clam up on the screen. I know you all. So, hey, Fred, you got something to say?
Yeah, just great Zoom tonight. So much just basic nuggets. You just nailed it tonight, and we're fired up and following your lead too. So you know, that you set out that challenge, and you know, we're following in there too. So thank you so much for your leadership and setting that challenge, and we're going to be chasing you.
Well, the one thing I can tell you, Fred, and you know, you have experience in this industry, but for everybody on the screen, when you get that magnet turned in the right direction, and when you know you're in the zone, when you have that, there's a confidence, there's a level, you know, it's very, very difficult to put into words, but
Yes.
I used to say, when you find yourself in the zone, okay, when you're in the zone, and athletes use it all the time, okay, with sports, when they just say they're just in the zone, it means they're unstoppable, is what it means, okay, when you're in the zone. And it means like everyone you talk to is going to do business with you. And you say, well, how is that possible? Because you in your mind believe it. That's how that's possible, okay? And you will it into existence. And until you've experienced it happen, it's hard to believe. But once you've experienced it, you realize, okay, all I got to do is get myself back to that place, okay? Get myself back in the zone. And that's all we're trying to help you do, is get yourself, see, every one of you is a future superstar in this business. We're just trying to help you get in the zone so you see the results quicker. That's all that's going on here. It's not, this isn't rocket scientist stuff, you know, it's just, it's a belief factor, and it's an energy thing, and it's an excitement thing. And, you know, people want to do business with you, and people want what you have. You just got to get your head and mind and energy to the place that they're receiving it. Okay. That's all it is to it. So, and we're trying to guide you into that so it happens faster.
That's right.
So,
And speed,
April, you got anything?
as Catalina said, love speed, right? And last
Yes,
thing,
we love speed.
yeah. And before we jump over to someone else, Toronto's coming up, and Tyler Daniels, Jeff Pincock's going to be in Mississauga. There's a meeting November 2nd in Vancouver. So we're the company's relaunching Canada. Basically, like it's never been launched before. We're now unified with products, coming up unified with the comp plan. So we're going to be in Mississauga November 6th. Tyler Daniels, if you know people up north in Alberta, that's where they're going next. So it'll be on Big Blue calendar. But anybody sending anyone to Toronto, I'll be there. So we'll make sure I know
that's
that you're
great,
there.
Fred. And everybody, look, you know, Canada's waited a long time to get relaunched here. Okay.
Yes.
And Fred and his team have become good friends, you know, to what we're all doing here. And I tell you, we've met him and Shirley personally and getting to know them better and better all the time. Take him up on that.
Yeah. Okay.
Take him up on that. Let him babysit your person. Okay. Just think about who you know in Canada. And those are the opposite ends of the country, if you're not familiar. Vancouver is one place and Toronto is far the other way as you can go. But give some thought to it, because he meant it or he wouldn't have said it.
That's right.
Okay. And he'll help out.
I have one question to Fred.
Yes.
Mississauga is in Toronto.
Yeah, they're both giant cities, but it's all
Can I
considered
know which
metropolitan
day?
Toronto.
Because I have a person I want to send. So that's why
Okay.
I want to know.
So
Yeah, it's that,
message
the Hilton
message
on,
each other.
yeah.
I don't have his number. I
Okay,
don't.
well, Bobby will get it for you.
I have it. I'll send it.
Yeah.
It's west of.
April, you got any
Yes, sir.
closing thoughts?
No, I'm good.
Everyone good? Okay, we will always do Sunday nights unless we're traveling, folks, but I really do appreciate the flexibility, okay? Where sometimes we couldn't help it. We're on a plane yesterday. There's nothing we could do about it. If we miss Sunday, we'll do Monday, okay? But otherwise, it's always going to be 8 o'clock on Sunday night Eastern time. So have a good night, everyone. We'll talk to you soon. Let's close the month out strong. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much.